Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, December 29th, and I pray that everybody is doing well, enjoying the holiday season, and just enjoying family during this time of the year. So I thank you for tuning in live with me on this morning, or this afternoon rather. This is the last week of December of 2020. And so I thank those who are tuning in live. I always appreciate you coming in with me live and taking time out of your schedule. And those who are listening to the replay, I always appreciate you tuning in and taking time out of your schedule to listen and to learn. This is the opportunity to get some nutrition news for the mind, the body, and the soul. And I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in with me for the entire year of 2020. So thank you again. And those who are tuning in, just feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're listening in from. Just kind of give me a little shout out and let me know how you're doing. And as we continue, as we close out this year, we've had a very challenging year, very challenging 2020. But I challenge each and every one of you to reflect on the year. And even though it was a challenging year, we also had many successes. We also had many blessings throughout the year. So let's kind of focus on the good that did come out of 2020 for your respective families, for your respective lives, and just reflect on that as we go into the new year for 2021. And as I see people chiming in, please feel free to give me a shout out and tell me hello. I definitely appreciate you tuning in with me on this final Tuesday in 2020. So, today, I'm starting a new training series called Weight Loss Clean Eating. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? To lose the weight, to eat clean, to stay consistent. Why is it so difficult? And specifically, the topic today is I eat low carb. But the weight is still not coming off. Why is that the case? I eat low carb, but the weight is still not coming off. So prior to the holiday season starting, which was around October, many of us was trying to put those tight controls on our carb intake. Pretty common. But eating low carb is a struggle, isn't it? It is a struggle. It introduces other struggles that we really don't really realize. And so one sign that your body needs a reset when your energy level is really low, when your energy level is and when it's so low, and guess what? The weight is not coming off if your energy levels are super, super low. Okay. So when you're feeling tired at the end of the day, that's normal to feel tired sometimes and to feel a little sluggish, but to have a constant feeling of a rundown where you're exhausted day in after day, that's not so normal. And if you wake up on a regular basis feeling tired, even if you've had 7 or 8 hours of sleep, that's your body telling you that it needs more support. So grab a pen, grab some paper. You don't want to miss the three common mistakes that are made when you're trying to lose weight. That will cause your energy levels to decrease, and that will help you to get out of this vicious cycle. Okay, so I am going to chime right on in. And speaking of getting out of the vicious cycle, I do want to share this. So we are about 3 days before the new year starts, right? Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan to get healthier? Okay, not just weight loss, not losing weight or eating healthy resolutions, but do you have an actual plan? So think about that. So stay tuned with me until the end. So I have this special opportunity that will help you to jumpstart your weight loss, boost your energy levels, and to level out your mood. So think about cravings. When we talk about mood, think about cravings. And even beautiful thing about this special opportunity is it is free. So again, stay tuned to the end so you can hear more about this, and it's definitely worth the wait. And for those who are chiming in, I will do a quick intro of myself. My name is Sandra Gultry, and I am a registered dietitian nutritionist. And my goal is simply to help you to achieve your weight, your health, your life goals without deprivation, without feeling like you're on a diet. So I want to help you to feel good about yourself and to show you how to get your energy back so you can enjoy the things that you enjoy to do in life. Very simple. Simple as that. And again, as you chime in, feel free to say hello to me and just let me know that you're on. I always like the support. Okay. So, the training series that I'm talking about over the next few weeks is Weight Loss Clean Eating. Why does it have to be so hard? And today we're talking about I eat low carb. I eat low carb, but the weight is still not coming off. So I have a question for each one of you. Have you ever tried eating low carb? Okay. Have you ever done it either for various reasons, either to lose weight, to get a handle on a health condition such as your diabetes, maybe blood pressure? Have you ever tried to eat low carb? So answer just simply yes or no into the chat if you've ever tried it, okay? Whether it was successful or not, or whether or not you feel it was successful or not, just have you ever just kind of made that intentional decision to say, hey, I'm going to cut carbs? Okay. Hi, Tiffany. Yes, you have. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for tuning in with me today. I appreciate it. And so let's jump right into the topic. So the reality is, if nutrition, weight loss, exercise, lifestyle changes, they're not easy. It's not easy as one, two, three. It's not easy as a Google search. If it was, we all would be at our ideal weight. None of us would be on medications. We wouldn't have any health conditions. We would be the healthiest country on the planet, right? If it was that easy. But at the end of the day, it's all about stepping into your highest level of health. So you can either lose weight, maintain your weight if you're already at your ideal weight, boost your energy levels, and just to feel better and feeling good in the skin that you're in and having a better sense of what's possible for you, right? But my goal in today's training is to bridge the gap between your eating struggles and the goals that you are trying to achieve, not just in the short term, but for life. That's what it's all about. We don't want a band-aid. We want to be able to handle our health conditions or our life for the long term. We want long-term solutions. So, three mistakes I'm going to share today that we make that will cause our energy levels to decrease, and also which will increase our cravings, and it's just kind of a domino effect of things. So mistake number one is you're not eating enough real food. Okay. You're not eating enough real food. And when I say by that, a low carb diet is more than just about reducing your carb intake, okay? Because you have to replace those empty carbs with real and nutritious foods. So if you're cutting out something, your body still needs the nutrients that you're cutting out. So you need to be able to fill that in and know how to do that. So throw away all of those low carb products like the Atkins bars or the keto snacks and things like that, and other kind of diet foods. There's so many diet foods out there. They are not real food, and they're not really good for your health in the long term, believe it or not. And so to lose weight, you want to stick to the basics. You want to stick to them. Everybody's heard macros, but if you haven't, you want to stick to the lean protein, plant-based and animal-based. Your fish, your eggs, your healthy fats, that's another macro. Your vegetables, and then you want to balance that out with complex carbs, adequate amount of carbs, so you can have premium gas in your tank. That's what it's all about. And so, also those treats, many people don't realize, like the paleo cookies and the brownies and things like that. They cause problems, even though they're made with healthy ingredients. It's something that you should eat occasionally, not something that you should have every day, and definitely not something that you want to have to as a meal replacement. Okay. So I have a question for each one of you regarding snacks. So, what are your go to snacks or desserts? Because sometimes we use those little healthy treats or diet foods as a form of snacks to get our sweet tooth taken care of without feeling like we're taking a hit. So, do you tend to go to fat free snacks, sugar free snacks, gluten free? Paleo snacks, keto snacks. What are your go tos? What are your go tos? And if what you eat is not listed here, I definitely want to hear about it. And so, and I want to throw out a little comment too about gluten free. So, gluten free is not really a diet food, but it gets marketed as such. So, it has really absolutely nothing to do with dieting, has absolutely nothing to do with weight loss, but it has kind of come into the dieting world. So, I'll be real interested in hearing some of the things that people Okay, so real food, chips and sunflower seeds. You have that's salty, so that's your vice. Some people it's that's Tiffany that's chiming in. I appreciate that. Some people have the sugar, some people have the sweet, some people have the caffeine. So yep, and yours is salt. Same here, salty and spicy. Awesome, awesome. But at least it's real food, it's not diet food. So that's good. That's good. Now, let's move on to common mistake number two when trying to lose weight that can affect our energy levels, not getting enough sleep. Okay, a lot of people don't realize how sleep impacts our health, weight loss, our mental state, our mental health. It is very, very important. Study after study continues to show that lack of sleep correlates directly with weight gain and obesity. So it is definitely a correlation there. And so this gives me a little bit more proof that weight loss is not really as easy as 1, 2, 3 or a Google search. So it's so many other things that are not related to food, that's not related to exercise that comes into the picture when it comes to just being healthy overall. And a lack of sleep over a period of time can make you feel hungrier than what you really are. And it can make you, of course, it's going to make you feel tired. It's going to make you feel less, and it's going to make you feel less motivated to want to exercise. So that's usually the big one. If you're really tired, you don't have energy, you're not going to have that desire to want to exercise or even the desire to want to eat healthy. So they all kind of go hand in hand. So sleep is one of the key pillars of health, of good health. And if you're doing everything right, so think about, your routine. If you're doing everything right, but you're still not getting proper sleep, you won't get the results that you really desire to get in the long run. Okay? So think about that. Think about how many hours of sleep that you're getting. And that is my next question that I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you a range. So, where are you in this range? Are you getting 7 to 9 or even more hours of sleep on most nights? 6 to 7 hours on most nights, or less than six on most nights? So, how many hours of sleep would you say you are getting? Now, and I would love to hear this one because this is a big one. Because a lot of times I hear, I don't have time to get 7 hours of sleep. Well, that means you're too busy. You're too busy. Your brain is going too much. You need to slow down, find ways to wind it down. At minimum, you want to try to strive for 7 hours of sleep on most nights. Okay, 7 hours of sleep. And you'll surprisingly 6.5. A lot of people are around that six, maybe 6.5 hours, but even those 30 minutes over a period of time, it will wear on your body. You may not feel it, or you have learned to work through it and you push your body through it, but your body is working in overtime, even on 6.5 hours of sleep. So I see a couple of people. So Tiffany says about 6 to 7 hours, but she wakes up sometimes during the night. And as long as you're able to go back to sleep, then that's good because a lot of times we do wake up, use the restroom, things of that nature, as long as you're able to fall right back asleep. But if you're finding yourself taking an hour or longer to go back to sleep, then you probably have some things to on your mind or some things that are keeping you up. So most people are here getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep. All right. Okay. Yep. Krista Cutler. Thank you both, all three of y'all, for chiming in. I appreciate it and engaging. I love it. I love it. And so let's move in. So before I move into my third mistake, I want to talk a little bit more about the special opportunity and this New Year's plan that I mentioned earlier, and I mentioned in some of my postings. And so I have a challenge that is called Crush Your Sugar Cravings. Okay, so it is newly updated for 2021, and I'm very, very excited about it. And it is a 3-day clean eating, no added sugar challenge. So those of you who are struggling with those sugar cravings, this is a great springboard to help you with that. And this challenge is really designed to help you to begin to gain control over your sugar cravings or any other craving. It may be caffeine, it may be any something else, but it will help you to gain control over those cravings, to help you to get on path of clean eating without feeling hungry and deprived, and understand really what clean eating is and what it is not, to boost your energy levels so you can feel less sluggish during the day. So think about that. Between 2 and 4, we tend to crash and burn, right? Wake up your metabolism so that we can jumpstart your weight loss and to begin to level out your mood. So basically, you're feeling better overall. So that's what it's all about, feeling better about yourself and the skin that you're in. And who doesn't want all that, right? Who doesn't want to feel good and to like what they see in the mirror? And the best part about it is this challenge is free. So this is a New Year's plan to get things kicked off that is absolutely free. And I encourage you to sign up today because you will receive an email with the 3-day plan. And that will really help you to get an early start on crushing those sugar cravings. And I will post the URL here, and I will also put it in the comment section as well. Let me put that in here. There we go. So there it is. Should be in the comment section as well. And I encourage you to invite a friend. Challenges are always fun with an accountability partner slash healthy competition to help you to get through the challenge. But it's fun and it's designed to really show you what healthy eating looks like to where you're not feeling like you're missing out. Okay. So back to the training. So common mistake number three that will help you to, when you're trying to lose weight, that can sometimes sabotage your energy levels. And that is restricting carbs and calories too much and for too long. Okay, so like a severe calorie restriction. And so it's not a good ideal to have the body in a severe calorie deficit for long periods of time. You may see the short term gains of weight loss, but in most cases, it's not real weight loss. Okay, it's either water or it's muscle, it's all the things that you don't want to lose. Okay, so you want to be careful about that. Honestly, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to restrict calories to the point that you feel like you are deprived, to the point where you feel like, okay, I got to eat the. I had one person say, if I see another shake, if I see another, she ate oatmeal all the time. I mean, it was just certain things, but that was repetitive salads, things of that nature. So you do not have to restrict to that degree to lose weight or to increase your or improve your health outcomes. It's just not necessary. And when we say deprivation, what does that mean? So I saw a post one day where a person, she was on keto and she was celebrating all the weight that she had lost in a short period of time. But in that same post, at the very end of that post, she was like, I am so craving a pizza so bad. And it was in all caps. Okay. And I'm reading this and I'm like, now see, this is another reason why that you don't want to restrict your calories because it will introduce cravings, strong cravings. And I'm just looking at the post and I replied, I was like, well, eat some pizza. I mean, just because you're trying to lose weight, that doesn't mean that you can't have a pizza. Now, should you eat whole pizza? Do you want a five beat pizza and double cheese and all that? No, but there is a way to make a pizza a little bit healthier and you can still enjoy the fact that you're eating a pizza. And so the moral of the story is, when you have control over the cravings, okay? We're going to crave things, we're human, but they don't have to control you. And that is what the whole point is. And so we do have the ability to control them. And so my question to each and every one of you is rate your cravings meter. So when do you get hit the most with your cravings? Whatever your cravings is, if it's sugar, if it's caffeine, some people in here mentioned salty, spicy, for some people it's crunchy. So many people have different cravings. So what time of the day are your cravings the strongest? Is it afternoon? That's a very common time, afternoon between lunch and dinner, or between lunch and the time you get off work. Is it late night? Is it occasionally? Maybe occasionally, it's not a really big issue. Or maybe you don't have cravings. Maybe you don't have problems with stress eating or emotional eating, which is great. So I would love to hear where people stand. 3 and 4 o'clock afternoon. So Tiffany said that is very common. That is very, very, very common. So you're not alone. And for those who are listening to the replay, I encourage you to also chime in and participate because I do look at the comments and I do reply to them. So definitely, I want you to feel part of this experience as well. But yes, between after lunch is a very, very common time for people to have cravings, and then late night is very common too because a lot of times when people come home, they're exhausted, they're tired, and they just kind of think about, they just start having those cravings. Okay, I see a few more comments. Occasional cravings at late night, and then every single day. So it may be deprivation. So think about, where you're cutting corners, Tiffany. That may be it. So definitely consider joining the challenge. That you will definitely have an eye opener on how much you can eat and still lose weight. So so overall, it is important to have a realistic plan to get healthier, okay? And at the end of the day, weight loss does take time. we a lot of times people we didn't gain the weight overnight. It's not going to come off overnight. So it takes time. It takes time to improve our health outcomes. Okay. We didn't get high blood pressure or we didn't have high sugar levels overnight either. So all that stuff takes time and it takes time to reverse it. So I always like to share that it's a marathon. It's not a 100-yard dash. It's not a sprint. It is a marathon. And so I want to do a quick recap of the three common mistakes that will rob you of your energy, sabotage your weight loss, and it will fuel uncontrollable sugar cravings or any kind of cravings. So number one, you're not eating enough real food. Remember, kind of stay away from the diet food. Stay away from the fat-free and the sugar-free and things like that. Not getting enough sleep, severely restricting your calories and your carbs. So these three common mistakes really birth the creation of this special 3-day challenge, the Crush Your Sugar Cravings Challenge. And again, a 3-day clean eating, no added sugar challenge. So this is really what birthed this to kind of show people a different way. It's a solid plan to get you healthier in the new year. And so I highly recommend that you grab your seat today, because remember, if you sign up today, you will get the email that will have the 3-day plan in it and all the information for the challenge so you can really get started early. I encourage you, invite a friend. Again, challenges are more fun with a buddy. And next week, I encourage you. Well, next week I'm going to be continuing this training series on weight loss, clean eating. Why is it so hard? And I'm going to talk about I cut out sweets. I don't eat sweets, but yet the weight is still not coming off. So we're going to kind of touch on why that may be a challenge for you. So I pray that everybody has a safe and a happy New Year experience. Stay safe and continue to exercise precautions with the COVID. We're thankful that a vaccine is out there. We're prayerful that there are no harmful side effects. But in the meantime, we still have to wear a mask. We still have to maintain our physical distancing. So bye for now. And I pray that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all in 2021. Bye bye.